What if a single narrow waterway had the power to disrupt the entire global economy overnight? This is the Strait of Hormuz, one of the most critical and sensitive choke points on the planet. Nearly 20% of the world's oil supply passes through this narrow corridor every single day. Millions of barrels of oil, fueling industries, economies, and daily life across continents. And most of this oil flows toward Asia, especially countries like India and China. On one side of this passage lies Iran, a nation with strategic control over this vital route. On the other side, the United States and its powerful naval presence, and nearby, Israel, closely watching every move in this region. Tensions between these powers have been rising, with warnings, military drills, and constant uncertainty. And one possibility continues to worry the world. What if Iran decides to block the Strait of Hormuz? In that moment, global oil supply would drop instantly. Oil prices would surge rapidly, unpredictably. Fuel would become expensive, and in some places, scarce. Transportation costs would rise, affecting everything from travel to food delivery. Even basic goods would become more expensive as supply chains begin to strain. Stock markets could fall, and investor confidence would weaken. In India, which relies heavily on imported oil, the impact would be immediate. Petrol and diesel prices would rise sharply, affecting millions of people. In China, rising energy costs could slow down manufacturing and disrupt global supply chains that depend on its exports. In Pakistan, already facing economic pressure, the situation could become even more severe. Even the United States would feel the shock through global price increases, and Europe would face rising energy costs and instability. This is no longer just a regional issue. It becomes a global crisis. The conflict could escalate into a wider regional war, or even trigger a larger global confrontation. Global trade would slow, industries would struggle, and millions of jobs could be affected. There are some potential advantages. Oil exporting nations could earn more due to higher prices, and alternative energy routes could gain importance. But overall, the consequences are overwhelmingly negative. So how can this crisis be prevented? Iran could choose to keep the strait open, avoiding global disruption. Diplomatic negotiations with the United States could reduce tensions, and efforts to stabilize relations with Israel could lower risks. International pressure and cooperation could push toward peace, because one decision in this narrow waterway could impact billions of lives across the world. So the question remains,